It's time for the exciting adventures of Sky Girl Reporter.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Sky Girl Reporter, and as you can see, it's Christmas time! This is another Coranado Film Festival event. Today I'm talking to Andreas Deja, and he's been a Disney animator for over 30 years. He's been a supervising animator on some of their biggest movies, like Lilo and Stitch, The Lion King, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He's animated a lot of the villains, like Scar, Jafar, and Gaston. Isn't that so cool? And he made his own movie called Mushka. So I'm going to ask him how it was to be a Disney animator and how he came up for the movie idea Mushka. Check it out! Now here I am with Andreas Deja. My first question is, what is your favorite project you've worked on?
Ooh, that's usually the last one because that's the one you're still thinking about. And my last one is actually a film that I didn't do with Disney, that I did do by myself with the help of some friends. It's called Mushka. And it's a half-hour hand-drawn animated film. And we're showing that tomorrow here at the festival at 10:30 and at 4:30 in the afternoon. So that's the one that's on my mind right now. But of course, I often look back at my 30 years at Disney, where I did characters like Gaston in Beauty and the Beast, or King Triton in The Little Mermaid, or Scar in Lion King. I mean, many characters. So that was a wonderful time at Disney.
What is your movie Mushka about?
Well, there are two main characters in the movie. There is a tiger, a wild tiger, and there's also a little girl about your age called Sarah, and she's raising this tiger cub that she finds in the forest. And as the tiger cub grows, and the two characters really bond and like each other, but also, of course, the tiger gets bigger, and then the girl finds out that the tiger is in trouble because there are some bad people around them who want to shoot him and sell the body because it's worth a lot of money. And so the only thing she can think of to save him is take him back into the forest where she found him, and she hopes that he will become a wild tiger away from humans. But things don't go according to plan, they go a little bit differently. So that's like the middle of the film. There's much more to it.
That sounds super interesting and cool. Why did you make the movie?
Well, I spent, like I said, a long time at Disney for 30 years, and then I found myself being on my own, and the creative ideas still keep going. I still wanted to do something, especially in hand-drawn animation, because that's what I do. I draw on paper, pencil and paper, every frame, and then we photograph that. Just like Lion King was done, or Snow White was done, or Jungle Book, or all of the other films. I like animation when it's hand-drawn, and that's not done very much these days anymore. So, but I wanted to continue that, and then I created a story about the girl and the tiger, which I just mentioned, and with the help of some friends, we made the movie, because you have to find people who paint the backgrounds, you have to find people who help you with the story, then you have to find actors who do the voices, and that was all new to me, because when I was at Disney, I was only responsible for one character. I was the animator of Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, I was the animator of Scar and Lion King and so forth, but here, it was a whole movie I had to deal with. So I was involved in every phase of production, and that was a little scary at first because I didn't know if I could do that. But once you try it, and again people help you, it was a really fun experience.
That sounds super fun. Why did you choose to do hand-drawn drawings instead of computer animation?
Well, I grew up trying to be an artist, and when I wrote a letter to Disney Studios, I was about 11 years old. I asked them, what can I do to prepare myself to, when I get older, to sometimes work for you in Los Angeles. And they sent me a letter, which I still have, and they said, you have to become an artist. You have to draw your brothers and sisters, draw your pets, go to the zoo, study the animals. When you're older, go to life drawing classes. You have to know how to draw the human figure. So basically become an artist. And I really focused on that, and that's what got me into Disney way back. But I'm still standing by those kinds of ideas that art and drawing and animation are really a wonderful thing. And these days there are so many people that are doing computer animation, and they're doing it really well. But why not me trying to still remind people that moving drawings can actually move an audience and tell a story.
What's the most challenging animation you have done?
Oh, that's a very good question. The most challenging. I can think of a couple. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, thank you. I worked on that for a whole year. And if you remember, you have cartoon characters in combination with the real world, with real actors and real scenery. So the combination of those two worlds is a little tricky technically, especially way back before computers. So I animated Roger Rabbit. I also animated in that film a lot of the classic Disney characters that show up, like Mickey Mouse and Pinocchio at the end and a bunch of others. So it was just a real challenge. But when I saw the final film, I was pretty impressed the way it looked, because I thought, and we all thought, that this is a film that is special, and we did something that hadn't been done before. So that would be number one. And the number two would be when I worked on Beauty and the Beast and I animated Gaston. It was very difficult for me to find the character, because I drew him at first as a Disney bad guy, you know, like a cartoon character with a big jaw. And then I was told, no, he has to be handsome. And I didn't really understand why, because I said, he's the bad guy. Bad guys are not handsome. And then it was explained to me, well, you remember the Beast is very ugly and scary looking. And then we find out throughout the story that he actually has a heart of gold. And Gaston is the opposite. He has to look handsome, and maybe he should marry Belle, but we find out he's not a good guy. He's completely just into himself, and he becomes a murderer in the end. So that's why he had to be handsome. But handsome characters are difficult to animate, because you have to be very careful with the drawing. So that was probably the most difficult character that I ever done.
That does seem really difficult. How do you think AI will change animation?
I think and I hear it's going to change animation a lot. I don't know enough about it to tell you specifically how it's going to change animation. I hope that animation will always have creative people that have the ideas, and that the computer and AI will just help you to finish it. That's what I'm hoping for.
That was my last question, so I'd like to say thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Really nice to meet you.
You too.
Take care.
I'd like to thank Andreas Deja for an amazing time and helping us learn all about his movie and being a Disney animator. And I hope to see you next time on Sky Girl Reporter with a new adventure. Bye, guys!